Our Time for All Ages told us families come in all shapes, sizes, colors, and ages. I wish I could use the same method to illustrate my family shape, sizes, and ages. With the exception of marriage, I have experience with a number of family sizes and shapes. My family has been small and big, nuclear and non-traditional. Early childhood was spent sometimes in a household of a widow and 2 young children, being one of the young children, in an apartment, and sometimes as a household of 5 females from 4 generations, all in the same house. And then when my sister and I were preteens, my mom remarried, and our household became a nuclear household. And then my stepdad adopted us and became our legal dad with all the rights, responsibilities, and privileges the state and the federal governments give a father, a parent. But he was a dad before that. I'm not sure when exactly he became dad. Definitely before the adoption was finalized. When I was in my mid-20s, and my mom moved in with me. So now I was in a 2-person household, and she enrolled in college, and that's where she met Christy. Christy was my mom's friend and family before she was mine. In 1993, Tabitha graced the world with her presence, and we became a household with 3 generations of women. My mom was Tabitha's second parent. They had a special bond, not just a grandparent-grandchild bond. In 1997, I moved to the Woodlands. At the time, my mom was battling breast cancer in Corpus, and she was trying to finish her master's degree. She was gonna join us here when she completed that. It would have been in May of 1998. When we came here, we had to rely on long-distance phone calls and trips back on weekends. We didn't have FaceTime and text messaging. I didn't have a lot of support when I was here. My dad was in Sugar Land. I did make friends with another mom about that same time. She had also just relocated to the Woodlands, she and her family. They were very helpful. In March of '98, my mom died. Sarah, my friend, and her family, they made a hard time much easier. Fast forward to 2017, I decided it'd be fun if Carolyn and Tabitha and I did 23andMe test. We spit in our tubes on Thanksgiving. The kits went out to 23andMe probably the Monday after Thanksgiving. I started looking at family trees and trying to expand them. My results came back earlier than Carolyn's, and I made some connections with my DNA matches. I spoke to a 4th cousin twice removed. Well, we didn't know that. We had to work through that. And it was fun. I really enjoyed that. We know where we match. We've become Facebook friends. But I don't consider her family. Now, other people may feel differently. They may think that biological relationship and the little bit of commonality we found on Facebook is enough to make them family. And that's fine. We each get to define our own family. So Carolyn's results come back, and they reveal that she was the biological child of Steve and Greg McCain, but I was not. Carolyn and I don't think of each other differently. We have that lifetime experience growing up together and being sisters. The fact that we don't have the same biological father doesn't make a difference to us. This experience and reading about other people's feelings about it, even though I feel I am I, no matter what my biological roots are. Some people, it's all about the father who raised them, and then others, the biology means everything. Their whole clan is everybody who's related, who's a DNA match. They want to welcome them to the family. I'm in the middle, leaning more towards family is what you make it. The family is what you choose. I've talked a lot so far about my biological and legal family. I have had the great fortune to have found, I'm going to call them sub-families, because they're not family to each other, but they're all family to me. I have more than 5 cases of this, but 5 of the bigger cases that have persisted. So I mentioned Christy and Sarah, but there's also Tamika and Beth and their families. And you know Rusty and Kate and how much I've depended on them and how much they've been family to me through this pandemic especially. One of the things that my childhood family and my family experiences with Beth and her family and my experience with Rusty and Kate have in common is Sunday dinner. I think Sunday dinner is a defining family characteristic, or can be. But we all have circumstances, experience, common interests. My life would not be the same without the presence of these people. They have touched me very deeply. Tamika was another single mom, and it seemed to work out that when I needed help, she was flush, and when she needed help, I was flush. The love is different with all of them. It's actually very amazing. I would not be who I am without these people. I don't know that all of them consider me family, but I consider them family. If you consider someone your family, they're your family.